I was in the visitors gallery of the Lok Sabha where amidst a lot of din, the Telangana bill was passed. None of you got to see it on television. Is it even fair to push through such an important bill at a time when the elected representatives of Seemandhra, or at least most of them, are not there? I caught up earlier this evening with the key people from both the regions of Andhra Pradesh. We had Chiranjeevi and Pallam Raju representing Seemandhra. Also Asaddudin Owaisi from Hyderabad. Hyderabad, of course, has been the bone of contention. And then we had Vijayashanthi, the actress turned Congress MP, and also Madhu God Yashki. Both of them were exchanging high fives. So let's now get you that big center stage face-off which we recorded earlier this evening from right outside Parliament House, moments after this historic bill was pushed through. I must make a disclaimer to our viewers that panelists from both the parts of Andhra Pradesh refused to appear with each other. So in the first half of our debate, we get you all the representatives from Seemandhra, and then they will be countered by the representatives from Telangana. Here it is, part one of the center stage face-off for tonight. The historic bill for the creation of a separate state of Telangana passed in very unceremonious circumstances with nobody getting to see what was happening in the Lok Sabha. Joining us now on a special edition of Center Stage being brought to you from outside Parliament, Mr. Pallam Raju, Mr. Chiranjeevi, glum faces. Professor Sugata Roy also with us. I want to start by asking Mr. Pallam Raju, who's taken this crusade and upped the ante over the last several weeks. Your first thoughts now that Telangana is a reality despite everything that you tried, Mr.
Raju? We were very clear right from the beginning that this exercise should not lead to a division of the people. And I think that's exactly what the Congress has achieved in doing by dividing the people and by creating a wrong precedent in the manner in which such an important issue has been passed with a voice vote over the din in the bill and by shutting out the electronic media. I think it's a very sad day for democracy and I'm ashamed that this has happened.
Mr. Chiranjeevi, today is also the day when for the first time a state has been bifurcated, when nobody got to see the proceedings of what was happening in the House. Do you think that's a very unparliamentary, undemocratic thing to have done?
No, 100% I could say it's the undemocratic way the Parliament has run today. And really it's unfortunate what has happened. And people should know what exactly been happening there. Then only people will know what the Congress has done to the people. And right from the beginning, the way that dealing with this issue is not in an appropriate way. And we are expecting, as a congressman, once I measure into the Congress party as a congressman, I always say, when in case of this separate Telangana issue, I'll obey by the decision taken by the CWC or High Command. But we have some concerns, we have some apprehensions. Those has to be addressed. It didn't happen. So the way they dealt with this whole issue is not right. I could say it's a biased. That should happen, and until the bill passed, the same kind of bias is been continuing.
Mr. Sugata Roy, as a regional party, do you think today sets a wrong precedent? This could happen with Darjeeling, this could happen with Mamta Banerjee. Do you think today a wrong precedent has been set?
Today a very wrong precedent has been set. Division of Andhra Pradesh, one of the biggest states of the country, will open a Pandora's box. And demands will pop up from everywhere. The unity of the country will be threatened and vociferous tendencies would raise their head. That the government chose to write roughshod over the sentiments of the people of Seemandhra, and they wanted to pass a bill violating all norms and parliamentary procedures, proved that the ruling party is in a panic and they want to salvage their political position somehow before the Lok Sabha election. But I do not think that this will be appreciated by any section of people anywhere. And what the government has done, including shutting off the TV broadcast of the Lok Sabha proceedings, including posting muscular MPs in front of the speaker and the Home Minister. These are things which have never been done.
My colleague Javed has a question.
But, Dr. Roy, you will also, while nobody appreciates what was done, you will also appreciate, what do you have to say to the fact that, some MPs the other day tore off the papers, broke mics, sprayed pepper spray? I mean, this is also unprecedented. That also forms a part of the undemocratic methods that were employed.
I agree. We do not support any violent action or acts inside the parliament. But what I do appreciate, when people are incensed, overnight they feel that all the political base they have built up is being washed away. They're bound to act desperately. And this could have been done in a
No, but there is a counter argument to this also, and I want to put that question to Mr. Pallam Raju first. While you are upset that a separate state of Telangana is being created, if the Congress hadn't taken this decision, there would have been trouble in Telangana also. Whichever day you take this decision, there would have been trouble. Is that not the reality, Mr. Raju?
I want to put things clear. Yes. We are not upset about the separate state of Telangana being formed. We do respect the sentiments of the people of Telangana, but at every stage, we have only been protesting and cautioning the government and the party in the manner in which they've been proceeding about the bifurcation exercise, and that has sent a very wrong signal. It has sent a very clear signal to the Seemandhra people that we don't care about what you think. We are going ahead with the creation of a state. We don't care what your genuine concerns are. We are going ahead with the creation of the Telangana state, and we don't care about parliamentary norms nor democratic norms. We just want to create Telangana. Is this the way to do it? And by a responsible national party which has a 128-year history. I think it's the most unfortunate day for democracy today. We are only upset with the manner in which it is.
Javed has a question.
Pallam Raju, I was one of those who was witnessing proceedings from the gallery, and I admire the dignity and the graciousness with which you and Mr. Chiranjeevi actually conducted yourself in this face of adversity. But it also begs the question, the proceedings in the Andhra Assembly, the way this whole resolution was sent back to the centre. I mean, there was no debate, no discussion, contrarian views were not allowed to be heard. Doesn't that also set a wrong kind of precedent?
I want to clarify again what has happened in the Andhra Assembly. What has happened in the Andhra Assembly, how the vote was rejected, was preceded by 159 MLAs signing a form, signing a letter rejecting the bill. And that was what precedence was before it was actually rejected by a voice vote.
And even there are thousands of demands also not taken.
No, so we've got two more voices joining us. Mr. Owaisi representing Hyderabad. We've also got a pro-Telangana Rajya Sabha MP, sir. The questions that are being asked by Mr. Chiranjeevi and Pallam Raju are very valid. Even if a state of Telangana had to be created, has the Congress done this in the right way? At a time when nobody could see what was happening, pushing it through in the din, is this the manner in which a separate state should be created amid so much bad blood, sir?
Separate Telangana has been created as per constitutional. Article 3 says there is no resolution necessary from Assembly. Only they want their opinions, that's all. Same thing happened. Unnecessarily Speaker, Chairman Legislature Assembly, Council, he has a voice vote without nobody here. Whether he kept for voting or not. That one, it came like that.
But what about the feelings of the people of Seemandhra? While people in Telangana are happy, do you think an undemocratic, wrong, unparliamentary precedent has been set, sir?
There is no president, unparliamentary president. Nahi hai. Everything is parliamentary. Everything with democratic norms. Therefore, Telangana has been created as per constitution. There is no question of, I only requested my Andhra friends not to agitate. Whatever you want, you ask. They never asked what Andhra people want. They only want that Telangana should not be created. That is not the way. Majority cannot suppress minority. Jawaharlal Nehru in those days, he told very clearly, after 5 years, if you people are not satisfied, you can be separated. But that has not happened. No development was done here. Ultimately, all properties in Hyderabad were purchased with these people and sold and made lot of money.
That's the point. That's a very important point, and I want to put that question to Mr. Owaisi. Not Mr. Chiranjeevi, not so much Pallam Raju, but the reality is there are a lot of the MPs who've been opposing the creation of a separate state of Telangana have deep-rooted business interests in Hyderabad, in Telangana. They say that, you know, it's not a people's movement so much as it is a movement for MPs to take care of their business interests.
You know, whatever it is, but what has happened in Lok Sabha, I really fear for the future. That is, if tomorrow, if a right-wing government says that we will revive Pota or will make a confession through torture as evidence of guilt, what will the parties who kept quiet today say? Secondly, giving of law and order of Hyderabad, of GHMC to governor is unconstitutional. Article 246 is very clear. Schedule 7 is very clear. Supreme Court judgments are very clear. How can you, this house is not competent to touch the basic structure of the constitution. That has been done over here. Yes, an historic bill has been passed. But how is it that 628 square kilometers of area will be given to governor for what? How is it that the bill which says that the division of debts and liabilities will be on the basis of on proportion of population, not on the basis of projects that have accrued to a region? There are so many mistakes in that bill over there. And as far as my party is concerned, if this same bill is taken forward to Rajya Sabha, definitely will challenge this in Supreme Court as far as law and order is concerned.
I want to ask this question to Mr. Pallam Raju. Is it not fair criticism that a lot of the reason why MPs from Seemandhra are opposing the creation of a separate state of Telangana is because they've got business interests there, running into thousands of crores of rupees?
I want to clarify again that we were not opposed to the creation of Telangana, but the manner in which it has been proceeded with and the totally undemocratic and unparliamentary manner in which the bill, such an important issue, has been passed through above the din of the House. And that is what we have been protesting. And the reason we have been asking for union territory for Hyderabad is there is a lot of population from both the Andhra region and the Rayalaseema region who have come and made Hyderabad their home and who are feeling totally insecure. And that is the reason, and the only credible security you can give to them is through making it a union territory and not by giving special powers to a governor.
Professor Sugadorai, Mr. Owaisi makes an important point. He says that tomorrow if there's a right-wing government in play, they could decide to carve out separate states regardless of the will of the local population. Do you think that's a concern? He's obviously referring to Mr. Modi, the possibility of a BJP government coming, and if the will of the local legislature doesn't matter, they can take any such decision.
He is very right. Mr. Owaisi has been a great champion of the cause of the city of Hyderabad as also Telangana. But everybody is objecting to the way in which this bill has been put through. There is no debate or discussion in Parliament. Sushma Swaraj spoke, but she was not heard in the din, and then the Speaker took up clause by clause discussion. You are taking a decision which affects the lives of millions of people, and you are passing a bill in a jiffy. Is this the way this should be done? You do not even allow a division so that people can express their opinion on the division of the state of Andhra Pradesh, on the bifurcation.
Look, my question is to Mr. Owaisi. Mr. Owaisi, you were in principle in favor of the creation of Telangana, but you have issues with the joint governorship. You want
no, Jai Sahab, let me reiterate that we are opposed to the bifurcation. Creation of Telangana is a fait accompli for us. What we had said that if creating Telangana, then there will be no compromise Hyderabad as far as UT is concerned and law and order is concerned. What today government has done is short of UT, through backdoor they have given away law and order, which is unconstitutional. Article 240 is very clear, Schedule 7 is clear. How can you give the law and order? I'm really surprised, Mr. Javed Bhai, because you must ask these Telangana leaders that you will be in charge for 8.5 districts, but not for Hyderabad and Cyberabad. That will be governed by governor. What kind of legislation have they, we have introduced? And definitely, if in the same form this is carried forward, I have the right to approach the Supreme Court. I have been advised by my senior counsel, Mr. Niranjan Reddy, that you have a good case and we'll take it up.
But Mr. Owaisi, you come from Hyderabad. Is it not a reality that if Telangana is created, in some smaller states we've seen, especially with the case of Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh, the smaller state, the new state has benefited. Is there not a long-term development impetus which gets created because of creating a small state?
Mr. Rahul Kanwal, this is a very subjective question of development or non-development. I am saying that the Constitution is in front of me. We as members of Parliament, we have taken oath on the Constitution. The Constitution lays down the laws which has to be implemented in toto. You cannot play around with the basic structure of Constitution. Yes, it will progress. It will, and I hope that they will have the vision to take everyone forward. But point is that how can you give a law and order to governor? You are dividing debts and liability on the basis of proportion of population. That is wrong. Hyderabad House, which is over here, was part of Nizam. When it was taken by Government of India, state of Hyderabad was there. In lieu of that, AP Bhavan was given. Now you don't talk about it. And what is, you pass it and no telecast? I mean, was there a God-forbid external threat to India? Was there internal emergency in India that you don't telecast? And how did that telecast of 2008 was made when nuclear deal, no confidence motion was debated? It is an unhealthy practice. I am not condemning the decision of Speaker, but the Speaker must explain that who has advised her and where was a grave threat to nation. The people, this is the people's representative house. The people should know how we are behaving. If we are behaving wrongly, throw us out.
Mr. Chiranjeevi, this is clearly a decision taken with an eye on the elections. Do you think the Congress will benefit in Telangana, or do you think this could boomerang also?
No, that way I don't comment, since it is an election year. Is that not only Congress, every party, they have given their concerns through letter, through promise, or by convening different platforms. Everybody, including Telugu Desam, Vijayashanthi, and other than CPM, CPI and MIM, everybody. I think MIM didn't give their concern at the beginning. And every party, they have given their concern. This is a Congress which has given their consent or taken a decision. They are the last people. So now we cannot blame Congress alone, leave away the other party. Now they are taking advantage because, I mean, they know pretty well this is going to take a bifurcation, going to divide. And in the name of United Andhra Pradesh, both the parties taking advantage, thinking this, however, is going to go divide. So in the name of Samaikya Andhra, they are taking advantage. This bifurcation. That's it. This is a political game. And unfortunately, the decision has to be taken by the Congress and it has to take the blame. But alone, Congress is not a part to take the blame.
Mr. Raju, do you fear for the worst for the Congress in the state that virtually brought Manmohan Singh and Sonia Gandhi to power in 2009? Do you think the Congress is heading for a out-and-out defeat there?
I think the Congress has shown its gratitude to Andhra Pradesh for bringing it to power in UPA 1 and UPA 2 twice. And the people will show the Congress party, their gratitude again.
Are you, Javed, you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question. So what are your, you obviously you're not saying it in so many words, but you feel done in by your own parent party. Do you see a future for yourselves in the Congress party, or are you going to look for other alternatives?
As a third generation congressman, it is difficult for us to think of any other ideology. But I am truly saddened as a third generation congressman that the spirit in which this bifurcation exercise has been done and the ugly manner in which our government and our party has done it.
Mr. Chiranjeevi, what do you think of the fact that the BJP also supported the creation of a separate Telangana? A lot of the parties were hopeful that the BJP would stay on board. Do you think everybody's been talking with a forked tongue?
Yes, we are hoping that BJP, though they are in favor of bifurcation, they are also very much concerned in different platforms. They express their idea that other Seemandhra also could get justification. And we thought, definitely, since there is a lot of concerns and their emotion, sentimentally, they are very much concerned about these Seemandhra people. And that's the reason we thought, definitely, they will give scope for discussion. And they also oppose the bill in the case if this justification has not been done. And today, quietly, they also did. And
why do you think they did it?
That is a shock. I'm taken aback by the way.
Collusion.
Unexplained collusion, you call it.
Rahul, on the floor of the House, very interestingly, Mr. Shugata Rao's party colleagues were raising the slogan of BJP and
coming together.
of the BJP, of a collusion between the BJP and the Congress.
That is our point. Because The BJP, at least, all the ministers met BJP leader Advaniji. BJP could have at least have said that the bill should not be passed in this way.
So why this collusion? What is the larger game plan?
I do not know. I do not know. I wouldn't be the people of the country will judge, but it's evident that they are corrupt.
But Mr. Raju, do you think it is because they're hoping that whenever Telangana would have been created, there would have been trouble? So they rather that the trouble be on your shoulder, in your ledger book, than be in the ledger book of Modi and the BJP?
I think you're absolutely right about it. BJP was just too happy to see Congress shoot itself in both its feet.
Okay, we've heard from Mr. Chiranjeevi. What's your sense? What happens next?
Next, of course, our protest will not stop, and when it comes to the House of Rajya Sabha, definitely being a member of the Rajya Sabha, we'll continue our protest and see that it gets stalled.
Thank you very much for joining us. So you got a sense of just the fact that both the MPs from Telangana and Seemandhra not even willing to participate in a discussion together just shows the rancor, the bad blood that has been created as a consequence of this decision. And even if this decision had to be pushed through, should it have been done at a time when the MPs from Seemandhra were not there? Should it have been done at a time when no one got to see what was happening in the floor of the House? Is this not a disrespect to democracy itself? Pallam Raju joining us now, Madhu God Yashki, who was thrilled taking on Chandrababu Naidu on Centrestage yesterday. Vijayashanthi also joining us, exchanging high fives before this program began. I want to ask you, ma'am, first, given the rancor, the din, the fact that nobody got to see these proceedings, hasn't this set a very wrong precedent democratically? What's happened today, ma'am?
You know, we really don't know what has happened outside because we were inside the house. So we were concentrating what is going to happen about the bill, whether it's going to pass or it's going to fail. We really don't know. We were in the tension. After the entire media told me, I just came to know that there was no telecast. So I think that is really wrong. They should have not done that because people were really waiting for so many days that what is going to happen, and we wanted to see. Everybody was just sitting in front of the TVs. So they should have not done that today.
Madhu, I can see very clearly that you are thrilled. You know, but given the rancor that this decision has created, do you not think it was done in completely the wrong fashion? Just pushing it through, setting a wrong precedent, Madhu?
Well, this question should also ask the people who behaved criminally in the House after declaring that they are going to burn the parliament, after saying on the media that they will indulge into all kind of criminal acts to stop this bill to be passed. After having consultations of having a third front and to gain the political mileage of CPM, AIDMK and Trinamool Congress with the Jagan Mohan party, is that what called a democracy? Is that what they behaved in the parliament on 13th?
No, how can two wrongs make a right? What happened that time was wrong. What happened today was wrong as well, Madhu. That is the reality. You can't run away from it.
The situation was not in the normal, you know.
No, but how can a decision be taken? How can a decision be taken?
They're really fighting, they're breaking, they're shouting. We really don't know what was happening. So, in this kind of a situation, the bill has passed is not an ordinary thing that you have to take into the...
No, but Madhu, how can two wrongs make a right?
Well, first of all, the way House was conducted, it is a prerogative of the Speaker. The Speaker, Honorable Speaker, has a jurisdiction how the House to be conducted. There's a rule position is very clear at Rule 367 how the House to be conducted on the given situation prevailing there.
No, so resorting to technicalities, you're not answering my question. The reality is what was done has set a wrong precedent. We had Asaddudin Owaisi with us before this broadcast began, before you came along. He said, what if tomorrow Modi decides he wants to split a certain state after coming to power? Does this not set a very wrong precedent? That's a fundamental question.
Well, Mr. Owaisi speaks a different tune on different times. Yes, we do oppose Modi, but Mr. Owaisi spoke earlier in favor and against Telangana. Whatever he raised today, every of his amendment has taken into consideration and put for voting. And if he comes out and says something, I can't comment on that.
No, but you're not commenting on the principle of two wrongs not making a right.
First of all, I don't agree that we did something wrong today. We only upheld the democratic principles.
How does blacking out the broadcast of Lok Sabha TV uphold democratic principles?
As I said, Rahul, as Ms. Vijayashanthi said it, what happening inside the house, whether it was telecasting or not,
That's a very convenient excuse. You can't get away by saying
we don't have an idea really.
We're there for voting. We're inside.
Why should representatives from Seemandhra not have been there when this decision was taken?
Every Seemandhra ministers were there.
No, what about the MPs?
People, not the suspended people.
BJP moved a motion saying that they should be allowed back in.
Those MPs would have been there today. I think the bill would have not been passed. I think so.
Suspension was revoked. They wanted to bring those suspended MPs. What they planned, they said it on your TV too. Mr. Lagadapati, and they said it, you watch me what I'm going to do on 12 o'clock. If such people wanted to get in and disrupt and burn the parliament, is that way a democratic
Is this
way?
not rank political opportunism, Madhu, where you are hoping that your party will now do better in Telangana than it would have in Seemandhra?
Rahul, my party has a credibility and history. When Rajiv Ji was passed, resolved the Assam and Punjab problem, we didn't come to the power. After Sonia Ji is taken over, there are so many issues and policies which we have taken. It is the commitment given to the Telangana people. It is the party's manifesto to Congress President when she came to Telangana. It is when not only my party, all political party in January 2013 gave in a letters to the all party meeting at Home Ministry conceding for Telangana. Now they take retracting, making a U-turn for political convenience.
No,
how can
but political convenience is your party's decision to push this through weeks before the elections in the hope, knowing that you'll get beaten in Seemandhra, but hoping that you, Madhu, some of the MPs from Telangana will do well. Look at that, Madhu smiling, he can't even deny
Not
that.
at all.
That's the reality, Madhu. How can you deny it?
I'm not even thinking
Is
about
it
my
not
next
real?
election.
No, is it not true that if this decision had not been taken, you would have found it very difficult to even go back to your
Well,
constituency?
Rahul, I think
That's the reality.
listen,
Madhu has told us this many
We've
times.
been doing agitations, we've been fighting for the cause of the Telangana. So we never thought about the politics or the winning in the 214 elections or some other thing. We wanted our Telangana. We were concentrating on our Telangana. We were doing agitations. We went to jail. We went to police stations. Day and night we worked for so many years. We committed because so many people, they burned their bodies.
Madhu, this decision...
we were concentrating. So many people, they burned the body. I think you have seen the visuals of the clippings. So really,
No, but Madhu, this decision is taken weeks before the elections. You know you're getting beaten in Seemandhra. Your good friend Jagan Reddy is vanquishing you. So you are hoping that this way...
It has created such a big confusion.
All along we've been accused.
If they would have taken long back, I think what would have taken place?
One hand you're accusing that Congress has taken 10 years to take a decision. Other hand you're saying you're taking decisions.
But it's the manner in which the decision is pushed through. That is what is being questioned.
Let me quickly explain you. Telangana is a process. It's not an announcement. A process, a law to be made. There is a certain procedure laid down under Article 3 of the Constitution, which takes a time. Nobody can avoid that time, which is. If there is no bar on Parliament, on the on vote on account session, that you should not make any laws. So what we have done is completely under the Constitution. Even the Honorable Supreme Court of India upheld the process which is
I want you to justify, the both of you. Why were the proceedings not telecast? Why did the country not get to see what happened?
That's not
convenient. How can you get away? The speaker belongs to your party. The speaker belongs to your party.
The voters inside the
speaker belongs to
parliament.
your party. It's your party which is involved.
We'll find out from the speaker why
Speaker doesn't belong to any party.
Are you hoping that I'm speaking possibly to the next finance minister of Telangana, maybe even the chief minister of Telangana? Madhu, that's why you're so happy today?
I'm grateful. The peoples of Telangana, right from father, grandfather, the dreams have been fulfilled. The people who have martyred, who have laid down their lives, their dream has been fulfilling. And ultimately, Rahul, it's not my political future. We are extending our help, our friendship hand to the people from Seemandhra region, and ultimately smaller states will help for development, and we are never think in political lines and not for my political future. Truly I am believed in smaller states help the development faster, much faster growth.
Okay.
And we all be asking and appealing to the people of Andhra, not believing those leaders of your region. When they need Telangana votes, they came to our region and said Jai Telangana, whether Jagan Mohan Reddy or Chandrababu Naidu to Rajshekar Reddy to anyone. They're asking for they're looking for Seemandhra votes. They're saying Jai Seemandhra, not for any love for the Seemandhra people.
Okay. The both of you have had your say. We saw Pallam Raju and Chiranjeevi before this. We leave it to the people to decide what they believe. Kahin khushi, kahin gum, they say. That is exactly the way it turned out to be today. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, Madhu, for joining us. You've heard from the votaries of Seemandhra. You've heard also from the votaries of Telangana. Very, very mixed feelings here right outside Parliament House.
If you fund the Aam Aadmi Party, you are honest. If you decide not to fund them, you are dishonest. If you praise them, you are the paragon of virtue. If you question them, you've sold out. That is the Aam Aadmi Party's political ideology. While protracted delays in legal proceedings have been going on for very long against the two Italian Marines for the alleged killing of two Indian fishermen about 2 years ago, a furious Italy has now recalled its ambassador to India, Daniele Mancini, while launching a scathing attack on what it calls India's incapacity to manage this affair.
2 years after the killing of fishermen, the case against these two Italian Marines drags on. With fresh delays today in court, a furious Italy has recalled its ambassador to India, Daniele Mancini, while launching a scathing attack on what it calls India's utter incapacity to manage the affair. The controversial recall of the ambassador, for the second time in less than a year, is ostensibly for routine consultations, but is the latest sign of exasperation by Italy, which today had its foreign ministry condemn what it called a new and unacceptable delay by the Indian Supreme Court. India's highest court today postponed hearing the case till the 24th of February after India's Attorney General informed the apex court today that efforts in the law ministry were on to resolve the stalemate surrounding the case and that he needed more time to provide clarity. Speaking with media outside the court, Italy's special envoy Staffan de Mistura once again highlighted that this was the 27th sitting of the court and a decision had still not been arrived at.
This is the 25th postponement for a very important issue. It's the 6th time that there is a request, and again the Union of India has requested for a delay. This time we are very disappointed because the question of the death penalty and of SUA is still pending, is still there, and there is only one delay after the other. And for 2 years and 2 weeks, we have had not even a charge sheet.
The tense diplomatic battle has steadily worsened relations between the two countries. The question now is, how long more before breaking point?
What's happening is very unfortunate. If these had been Indian commandos in Italy, there would have been a massive din in India. Even if they're guilty, the proceedings need to move fast and action needs to be taken. We can't drag this on in the way that we do with every other case. It's simply not done. Meanwhile, there's no end to the controversy surrounding the appointment of the new Mumbai Police Commissioner, Rakesh Maria. The widow of IPS officer Ashok Kamte, who was killed in the 26/11 attack, has raised concerns about crucial call records which she believes could go missing or be put on the back burner now that Rakesh Maria is in charge of the Mumbai Police.
Senior citizens, Suraksha.
Rakesh Maria may have just taken over as the new Mumbai Police Chief, but he's already become battling friendly fire after two IPS officers who were in contention for his job took protest leave since his elevation. The wife of slain IPS officer Ashok Kamte has now expressed fears at Maria's rise to the top. Vinita Kamte fears that Rakesh Maria would try to influence investigations into lapses that led to her husband's death during the 26/11 attacks. Kamte says the matter surrounding discrepancies in crucial call records of the 26/11 siege provided to her would be put on the back burner under Maria's watch. Vinita Kamte had filed an RTI to seek information on the call records of the police control room on the 26th of November 2008. Kamte says the additional Home Secretary is yet to respond to a letter from the Chief Information Commissioner. She suspects that Maria might intervene in the matter as he himself was in the control room during the attack.
Though investigations are underway on Kamte's widow's allegation that there were discrepancies in the call records between police control room and Kamte's van on the day of his death, her apprehensions has once again ignited conspiracy theories and have put Maria's elevation to top cop under shadow.